should be fine now. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you can. I don't know why that wasn't working. That was working literally 5 minutes before I was due to go on, and then it just stopped. That's how it goes. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Excellent. Yeah, I had to restart. Nothing I could do. The mic was just not picking up any sound, even though in Discord it was. I don't know. Yeah, hey guys, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great Monday. Yeah, it's time to do some actual dev stuff this week. No System Shock 2, that's going to be next week. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a different format from the last times I've done dev streams. So I have been tasked with kind of coming up with new and interesting ideas for the game itself. Almost design stuff, you could say. So the best way I could figure out on doing this was going through the BSP that we have in the game and essentially noting ideas as we go through about the environment, what kind of interesting set pieces we could have. So I will say right off the bat, none of the ideas that I come up with today might not make it in the final product at all. These are just kind of ideas that we're trying out, just kind of thinking off the cuff, so to speak. Nothing may make it in the final game, though if you are wary of possible spoilers, you might want to go. You might want to just leave this stream and then wait till the next one. Well, we'll be doing some more Shock 2, so that's the plan for today. Toilets, yes, there will be. We will have toilets in there, yes. Spyro, yeah, I hope you guys like my. Oh, yeah, I've got to show you. It's nice knitted jumper Spyro, you know, Christmas jumper. Got to get in the mood. Don't care if y'all hate it. I love it. It keeps keeping me lovely and warm because the cold nights are coming in. So yeah, worth the money. Lovely and warm. No Carly today. She's currently, but she had to step away at the last minute to go and take care of something. So yeah, I might be randomly joined by Steve. Oh, that reminds me. I really should check to see if where's my Discord gone. I don't think Discord started. No, it didn't. Okay, right. Okay, everything's set up now. So people may join me randomly. We'll see. So yeah, dissect my ideas. Okay, we'll go with it. So yeah, right now I've got. This isn't an empty document. I've been working on some things on and off. Mainly to do with encounters and stuff, because this beginning level, it's the most important one. Thinking of ideas, you know, for the start of the game, how we possibly introduce the player to the world, the interface, all that stuff, set pieces. And what I mean by set pieces is kind of scripted sequences where something cool happens, say just an example, like a robot bursts through a wall, or some robot comes running at you, flailing his arms with holding human severed hands. I don't know. Sea Cleaner, this is not the time. I did have medical loaded up, didn't I? Yes. Sea Cleaner, go away. Okay. So, where I left off for this level, last week was particularly busy for me. I didn't get much of this done. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I did get to this first corridor, so I did think of a cool set piece for this area. Yeah, I need to keep an eye on the chat as well. Dental equipment and a mutant with a big perfect smile. I'd love to see a serve bot try and come at you with a perfect smile. That would be funny. So yeah, this corridor. This isn't the first place where a player would encounter a mutant. Well, it's potentially another place where they would first encounter a drone cyborg. I did think that maybe we could have some kind of strong lighting here. All this will be, I should say, all this will be expanded upon, redone. We're using this as a base to get an idea of level scope. I mean, one cool thing... Oh, I'll get to show you some concept art as well when I get to the right folder. Goodness, I had everything set up perfectly. Where is that folder? It is concept art, level based, mid-level. Okay, so we had this concept art. I love this concept art piece. Rob Waters did it, so kind of thinking of places to put a scene where you would see something like this. There are several places we could have multiple of those. I mean, say for example, this room. There isn't much interesting happening in this room aside from the cyberspace terminal. We'd have the cyberspace terminal in our version, but you know, we could make this space just a little bit more interesting. You know, more mutant things. Yeah, just make it a bit more interesting. Make the level seem a bit more medical experiment-like. This would be a candidate for another area, because this area doesn't really go into anything. It's just kind of wasted space that we could put something cool here without it just kind of being, you know, this kind of boring area. Like I say, this could all change, but yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Imagine you come in there and see something. Yeah. Yeah, just cool things like that, third player, yeah. So, yeah, those are going to be my dev streams for a while. So, yes, that is Spyro in the background, by the way. I'll try and keep an eye on chat as best I can. I did try and type a message to you earlier asking, is the sound working? But then Streamlabs started asking me, you're not signed in? I'm like, oh, screw this, I'm just going to restart. So, yeah. So, yeah, the idea I did come up with for this drone cyborg area, what did I write down? First, the player takes if the player takes the right route when exiting the 451 door, they will eventually come to this point where a cyborg drone is standing and waiting to shoot the player. Before that is a long corridor. Maybe we can have the cyborg drone walk along this corridor in the distance to indicate to the player that something is waiting for them up ahead, while not fully informing them about what it might be. That is the best I could think of, just for this area. It would only obviously happen if this player were to go in this direction. Just System Shock being open-ended game, you can go a different direction, but for this area, probably keep that. The way I see medical is I don't see medical as being purely a hospital level. I see it being more of a... Yes, it would be a hospital level area, but it would also be a place where Trioptimum would be able to experiment, because they are a... what's the term? Pharmacological, I think that's the term. They're a pharmacological company, so they would be experimenting with all kind of strange stuff. Nothing obviously like cutting up bodies and stuff. That would what Shodan would do after she took over the station. But yeah, I see this area being more like that. With separate areas like Alpha and Beta and Gamma and Delta and whatnot. Just trying to think what interesting stuff we could put around here, because we've already foreshadowed the cyborg mutant, the drone cyborg here. The player would come along this route and they would see another cyborg drone in the distance here. Clear the text there. Yeah, the game really does throw drones at you quite soon after that first one. Thinking what could we do with this room, I wonder. Yeah, a fair amount of this stream might be just me sat and kind of thinking about what we could do with this, because this isn't going to be a fast process. It requires a lot of thought about what would be interesting. So this could be another. What else is in this area? I mean, I know Shodan has retooled a lot of the station. Having a puzzle up here with monitors seems kind of odd. I mean, it does serve as a puzzle. Not the first one the player encounters initially, but that is something to think about. The more you think about just the layout of the station in general, just the weirder it becomes. Put Goggles in there saying, nah. I mean, this could be. I mean, I know it's got computers in it, but this could be. I would imagine the developers maybe intended this to be some kind of maintenance area, because it is down below. It is out of the way. So I imagine that this would be some kind of area where they would diagnose problems with medical equipment, possibly. So I'll go ahead and take a picture of that. So I'll just, drop that in here. This area could be repurposed to be some kind of maintenance area for the various medical computers and equipment on this level. Keeping the grav lift puzzle. Yeah, could revisit this. I will say also, any ideas that I read in chat, I may take them, maybe not. If you do give me suggestions, then you do so without expecting any kind of compensation for it. So yeah, if you're gonna give me ideas and stuff, then expect to have that idea possibly used, but because I'm saying that because it could open up a whole lot of problems, like legally. So because this is literally video evidence, so I'm saying if you give me ideas, you are officially consenting that I may use them, and you may not receive any kind of monetary compensation or anything like that. With that said, let's move on. So we've got this area here. This is where what is that? Why is that there? One second, I've just found a mystery. What are you doing here? Broken emitter. You emit something? Oh, yeah, you are about to see the new interface. We've got a... excuse me. Got a... rocking a new interface. Okay, I've got no idea why you're there. I'm going to have to ask about that later. Now, the hopper is an enemy that may, like I say, nothing's final yet. The hopper may be getting cut because it's the hopper. It's a bit of a strange enemy that may end up getting cut. I know I keep stressing it, but no decision to be made yet. I will make a note of it though. So if the player comes along here, they don't bump into a drone. Oh, I suppose I should do this. Yeah, this is a maintenance shaft that the player could uncover. We're thinking of more interesting ways for the player to locate secrets. So instead of just being able to double click on a piece of floor or wall to open it, we may have... So if the player is really observant, on this wall, for example, this wall may end up getting retextured. There might be a space on the wall that you can rip out, and then there may be a panel behind it that you can access and hack to open up the area. Nothing overly complex, just a quick hack that would determine if you open the door or not. I don't know if you can see me actually creating those pictures. That is the wrong tab. Okay, that one. This area would contain a maintenance shaft that the player would have to hack a nearby panel quick hack to access. Put that in there. I will work on the formatting of this document later. It's just a quick thing. Yeah, if you guys have never used Share X before, a colleague once told me about it. It is an amazing little tool for quickly creating pictures of things on your desktop. And you can automatically do things with them, like upload them to places. It's great. So that would be that. Nothing else really to say about this area. There could be... might flatten some of these floors and put medical type things down, like just so the world is very barren, very empty. There would probably be places where we put chairs, tables, you know, just general set dressing to make it much more interesting. Obviously, railing will go over here. I mean, the most obvious things I won't really be noting down, but did I take a picture of that hopper space? No, I didn't. There are there any irradiated areas in this level where you could have damaged X-ray machinery? As a matter of fact, there is. So this room has, I think it's, let me check the trigger. The trigger is biocontamination. So this room has biocontamination. Judging by the space I have to work with, or will have to work with, it could become a small medical area. It could have. This could be. We'll probably get onto this. This could be a X-ray machine area where the. I'm not sure of the correct term. But people would come in here for X-rays, so there could be a broken X-ray machine in here that does that. That is something to consider. But yeah, we were doing this, so this would be. This area is a bit strange, so instead of a moving platform, we'd probably have like a proper lift. What's above this? Nothing. So, yeah. Pop that in here. Replace moving floor with a proper elevator? Question mark? This area leads to Nathan Darcy's office. Yeah, So in the original game, this door is broken. This could be another area for the players to get supplies. We can't make the room very big, unfortunately, because of this. But yeah, we've already got plans for that area. Yeah, that would be another. Hop on off. Oops. So I'm just catching up on the chat. Yeah, D-Nick, yeah, I am constantly going back over. I do have a bad habit of doing things when I'm tired, including the start of this document, which I've had to kind of redo once already, because I just started it and I was so tired. I look back at my own notes, I'm going, what was I thinking? So, yeah, can attest to that. Wheelchairs, yeah, wheelchairs, although they would be, I don't know, I'm thinking what would they have in the future? Hover chairs, I would imagine, chairs that would literally hover. That sounds much more futuristic kind of thing. Yeah, come on, save. I can imagine there being something like that in the game. Take a picture of this. Another hidden hack panel can control this door. God, It sucks that they don't fit on 2 pages. I mean, I could faff around with it, but watching me fiddle around with a a text document isn't going to be much fun. Patrolling cyborg. This would be another. Yeah, this is another experiment room. Where does this go? Okay, so free space to, or do we? Hang on a minute. Where's the floor? Floor is there on level with. Okay. Well, it's pretty obvious what this room would be. This room would be a kind of scientific work area. Slash medical work area. Can add extra things like bookshelves, folders, general note papers, and other MISC. Equipment. Never been quite sure on this colour scheme though. Green? That might get changed. Might not. Don't know yet. Yeah, this is Darcy's office. Again, this could be changed to something more office-like. It doesn't feel like an office. Well, hang on. Isn't this? No, this isn't an office really. It's Yeah, that note's wrong. It's not an office. This would be another work area as well, similar to the last one. Sorry, catching up with chat again. Will you guys be adding additional props or just improving the ones that already existed? We'll be adding additional props. Like I mentioned, so the game has got a lot of angled floors like this. I don't know if they were just kind of like showing off the tech that they had at the time, or if it was a case of, well, we can't really put much in it. Maybe we could angle the floors to make it look as if there's more stuff here than there actually is. It kind of does break up the space when you look at it with your eye. It's because if you imagine this area, if it was flat, it would be fairly empty, fairly kind of void. So yeah, extra props will be made in like tables, chairs, soda machines, just all kinds of stuff really. Piping, exposed flooring. They would most likely go in these spaces, along with supplies like the odd bullet or health patch or whatever, just to kind of make the space a bit more interesting to explore and look at. Did I take a picture of that? Yes, I did. That one. Oh, come on. Can't put it there. Fine. Um, Player finds info on how to destroy the laser in this work area. Yeah, my spelling's so bad sometimes. Okay. Yeah, this would definitely be made too. We could expand the space actually because we've got the space for it here. Could make this office bigger. Could be some more interesting things in. I'll actually add that in the notes. This room can be expanded. Like this room could be. It couldn't just be one office. It could be like. It could be many offices. It could be kind of like cubicles. With many different, desks and computers and all that stuff. And there could be a computer on a desk and it has the audio log next to it, or whatever, stuff like that. Could be expanded upon, maybe turned into a much bigger office, one with many different cubicles, computers, microscopes, etc. Because we'll have the space, we might as well use it. Might as well make the world a bit more interesting to kind of walk around in. So the player will get that. I'm just going to go and play that audio log. This might be a bit loud, but I'm just going to play it, make sure it's the right one.
Alright, Althea. We can destroy the laser by firing it into the station's own shields. Isotope X-22 is stored in the science level, and we need to bring it down to the reactor level to power the shields. Then you turn them on, use the safety override code to enable the laser, and fire.
Okay, so that's definitely that audio log. So the player would pick that up. Then they'd know what to do. So let's say they are coming this way. I think I've actually already made a note on that area ahead. Yeah, I did. I will show you that in a minute. But right now we're here, so yeah, this room could be yeah, this could be changed. What would you call this room, though? Obviously, I mean, we could change the name of it, but what would you call it? Oh, okay, yeah, the first room to the left in Gamma. Let's call it that for now. First room to the left inside Gamma quadrant. I feel like this room could be turned into something much more interesting. Suggesting that this room become an X-ray. I'm just going to use kind of basic terms for now. An X-ray room with a broken X-ray machine leaking radiation. There could be supplies inside, but the player would have to brave the dangers of radiation in order to acquire them. Yeah, that works. Sorry, I'm so bad at catching up with the chat. Yeah, the music changing was always one of my favourite things. How would some very subtly smooth edges look on walls? That's down to the art department. They might be experimenting with stuff like that. They might not. Can't quite say right now, if I'm honest. There will be some cool things to show later on. If you guys saw the Kickstarter update that we put out a few days ago, a lot of progress is being made. So, yeah, looking good. Doug Church worked on a Tomb Raider game. I think he did. I think he worked on Tomb Raider Legend? I think so. Or Anniversary. One of those two. X-ray machines leak radiation only if they're actively generating X-rays. Well, that's true. But it's something we might keep, something we might not. Everything will be thought about and weighed up. So we'll see. Let's see this corridor. So yeah, we kind of get to a storage room here. Don't know what to say about the storage room, other than it's extremely angular in places. The space could be kind of brought into the realms of slightly more sensible, and it could be turned into a so. If this was a storeroom, I could imagine there would be, and if it was this height, I could imagine there would be shelving all the way up here, full of computer parts, medical equipment. There would be, this block wouldn't be here. There would be ladders that the player could climb to check the shelves to see if there's anything on them. That slope would go. That wall would probably go as well. And this one. Oh well, keeping the crates and the patches and whatnot. Yeah. So Gamma storage room. Where's my thing? There. Space in this room could be spell normalized somewhat. Remove the angular flooring. simply fi the walls, add high shelving with ladders to access. Keep crates and enemies inside. And keep the broken clock, obviously. Gotta keep that. Can you make it show camera coordinates in the game so it'll be easy to go to locations? They will... Don't know if I can say it, actually. Need to think about this. I don't think I could say yet. We have something that will help, but don't want to. I don't want to say just yet because it might change. But we have thought about that. Because I know, I know for a fact that, I mean, now I know, it's so sad. I know the camera locations, but yeah, a new player obviously wouldn't. So having to traipse around, finding them all, probably not much fun. So we have something in the works for that. I'm glad you guys aren't just going to make the world geometry exactly one-to-one. Yeah, we will be keeping, obviously, the structure, the overall structure. We'll be trying to keep to that so it's familiar, but at the same time, you know, we really want to expand on things and, you know, kind of put our own stamp on things as well as bringing things up to a modern standard, which, you know, I mean, let's be fair, got to make this thing look kind of pretty and kind of sensibly laid out, because at the end of the day this thing's got to sell. So yeah, the more interesting and, you know, the more kind of, yeah, interesting we can make it, the better. This area is weird. I already did make a note of this. I'll actually show off some more concept art. So this area we were thinking of keeping it kind of the way it is, but possibly expanding it with some stuff that looks like that. That is done by Rob Waters again. Kind of, you know, making it garden-esque without taking away too much from it. There's also... Oh, there's an open in the same one. Can I just do that? Oh yeah, just do that. You know, these are some variations. You know, put a screen up. Stuff like that. So I already have that noted down in this document. But yeah, that's the route we'll be taking with this area. Bob Ross. Got a happy little mutant over here. All the mutants are happy on Citadel Station. Everybody's happy. There's no violence. There's nothing political. It's just all happy. Yeah, could be a lunch area. Sit, and there may be benches in this area where, you know, like people could come here, sit down, eat something. There would be something on the screen that looks like, I don't know, beach or more. It could be a whole load of stuff. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd place to have it because it's so close to pipe. So we call this area Pipe World. It's the name that's stuck since the beginning almost, just because it's full of pipes. So yeah, this is the place where I shouldn't actually ignore this. This is where if the player comes from Pipe World, their first encounter with a cyborg drone would be here. I'm thinking, so if the player were to come from this side, they'd come down here, they turn right, and they bump into you. If the player comes from this direction, they don't quite, it is a long-ish corridor. Could set it up so that when the player reaches about here, they could walk around the corridor, because there will be, the angle of the corridor makes you turn that way, because there's nothing interesting to see here. So the angle of the corridor would make them turn that way. And as they come around this corridor, they could see the drone possibly walking this way. So the mutant, we'll get my terminology right. The drone could walk this way. He could stop here. So the player has. So they would see him walk this way. They would anticipate him possibly being there, so they'd come around this corner to see him stood there. He's kind of close enough so that the player could attack them with the pipe if they don't have a gun yet. They should have a gun by this point, but if they don't, it's close enough for them to be able to attack the drone with a melee weapon, because here is too far. If the drone is here, I mean the drone's got all this freedom to just kind of shoot you. That doesn't really seem kind of fair at first. But if you were to walk this way and stop there, the player's got much less of a gap to get through. So, yeah, that could work. Uh-oh. My boss is here. Look busy. Sorry, catching up on the chat. Eating some lunch. Oh, you got to tell us what you're having. Will there be a mutant that eats lunch in the game? There'll probably be a mutant having a snack on some bodies. Maybe. Sat in the corner eating a sandwich. Would enemies like cyborg drones shoot projectiles? I would imagine they would just be normal guns. We've yet to get a final design in place for that, but he will shoot things. Probably not things that you can shoot out of the air, but he'll shoot things. Well, the drones and mobs can follow a patrol. This would make this encounter dynamic. Yeah, so yeah, the enemies in System Shock are, in my opinion, very stupid. They have a lot of trouble following the player at all. That would obviously change. I mean, in this version, so I would imagine it would follow the same thing that Shock 2 does, where there are some set placed enemies. So the way Shock 2 works is kind of interesting. You will have preset enemies, and then when the spawn hits a certain number, I'm assuming it exists. So the game will say, oh, there are X number of things remaining alive. Quick, spawn some more in. And obviously we have the power of Unreal now, where we have patrol nodes. So they could be assigned to follow patrol nodes around. This would make them much more dangerous. So there might not be as many. The spawn rate in the original game is very high, especially when it comes to mutants. They probably wouldn't be that high in our version, considering that there's going to be a resource limit. You're not going to have... You probably won't have as many bullets as you would in the original game, because we're kind of going for a more survival horror-y kind of route. So supplies will be much more limited, so the spawn rate would be decreased. So yeah, I'm just going to make a note of this. So take a picture of this. So this will be first cyborg encounter from Pipe World. Pipe World? No, Pipe World. I need to actually edit this picture. Actually, I'll just stick it in for now. So, as the player leaves Pipe World, they will explore the branching corridors. Thinking how to word this. When they approach the garden area, we can set up this scripted event much in the same way as we set up the scripted sequence for the other first encounter by having the cyborg drone walk off to the right, so the player can get a glimpse of something new whilst not getting a decent first look at it. What else? What did we say? Oh, moving this encounter into a smaller space would mean that the player has the ability to either as a bit to engage in combat, engage in melee combat, much. Oh god, so many spelling mistakes. Can into a smaller space. That would mean the player has the ability to engage in melee combat. I'm trying to think of the ways to word that. Would engage in melee combat. In an easier way. Can leave that for now. I'll probably expand on that later. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Most encounters create ambushes of guarding non-moving enemies. Hello, Bogbean. So this room. Again, this. So it's a bit awkward as this. Obviously, it's a storeroom. Since we're so close to Pipe World, I imagine in Pipe World though there would be storage anyway. So if there were workers down here, like here for example, these might not be pipes, these could be storage. We've got the space. These could be storage lockers. So workers could come down here. They would know where their tools are, and they wouldn't have to go outside of this area to do their work. So this room could be something else. We'll take a picture of it first. You're putting code in there. Yeah, I'm not sure about this room. This could be changed into another medical room. Oops. You know, we have the ability to create interesting spaces while also keeping the same kind of items. Or, I mean, we could take these items that are in here and spread them around the station to make exploration much more fun. Because that's the thing. That's the thing with Shock. You don't find many items. Well, you do, but you tend to find a hefty bulk of your items in boxes. I mean, what's to say we can't take the things that are in those boxes, spread them around the level, and turn this room into something more interesting? Oh, but do we have the space? I mean, this could be a recovery ward with a nice view into space, you know. This might be a private ward for the execs. You know, they might not want to heal up with the plebs, so they get their own they get their own space. So, you know, could do that. There are a lot of bodies in here, though. Could take those bodies and move them around a bit. Oh, I already took a picture. What am I doing? Right, so so this room. Oh, this was 705, wasn't it? 705 storage room. We could keep the door code. Just repurpose the room for something else. Oh yeah, this is the armory, isn't it? Yes, good point. This is the armory. All right, that throws that idea completely out the window. Thank you. I forgot about So why is there an armory on a medical level? Well. Okay then. Right, forget everything I said. I'll add notes for this later. So this room, I'm not sure what this room is. This could be, again, this could be a room full of medical equipment, storage containers for medicine. It could be full of desks, computers, but the way I kind of feel that this room might be just a place where Shodan just either the Shodan is storing bodies here, or there was some kind of possible last stand. Like there could be a whole load of desks. There might be some desks piled up here that are knocked over, like they tried to barricade the door or something. And obviously the barricade doesn't hold. The mutants get in, kill everybody. Because there's a lot of... There is graffiti here. It makes me think as if this was kind of some kind of last stand room for these groups. I don't know, what do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could set it up to be much more, you know, visually interesting, obviously. Okay. I don't know, what would you call this room? Does this room have a name? I don't think it has a name. We did call it, yeah, we, well, I always just kind of assume this room, well, not assume, that's the wrong word. I always called this room, personally myself, like just the corpse room, because there are so many corpses. I'll just call it that for now. When I find out the actual name of the room, I will go back and change this, but just going to call it this for now, because umming and ahhing about names isn't getting stuff done, so got to get stuff done. So, yeah. This room was a last stand room between the survivors and the mutants. We could make this room more interesting through props. Example, desks attempting to barricade the doors to the area, empty food packets to indicate that people have been staying here for a while. What else? Well, we've got the bodies, obviously. Let's say dead / eaten corpses to indicate the mutants have been snacking here themselves for some time. Bullet holes in the walls and ceilings. Those are just some examples of what we could do. You can imagine, so these pieces of floor here, they would most likely be removed. This would... Man! Oh, that gives me such a cool idea. So imagine like walking through here, and then like we could set it up so that as you open the door, you see... actually, that wouldn't work. Well, it would be just... You couldn't. We couldn't set it up so just as you walk through the door, like the light coming from Saturn kind of illuminates the room, and as it just kind of passes over, you just see all these dead bodies just there. That would look so cool. But if the player has already been to other rooms, like this one or Pipe World, which has views of space already. We couldn't set that up, but that was a cool idea. I thought I had for a moment there. But yeah, these. What I would imagine is these walls might stay here. These would obviously go. Is there room to expand? Oh yeah, loads of room. So, I mean, this area could be expanded even more. This area could have. Again, this could be an office place, desks, seating, like seating views out into space. Yeah, just all sorts could be done with this space, and we've got the space for it. So, yeah, I'm gonna make a note of that. This area can be greatly expanded upon. Views into space could be more emphasized with seating looking out into space. Yeah, there's a whole lot of cool things we can do. This is just a very weird place to have an office. I could just stay as it is, just an office. Obviously there'd be more knocked over desks and things, chairs, whatnot to... yeah, there could be some chairs that were here, but they've been ripped up, and they've been kind of placed against this door, but they've been knocked over, you know. There's a whole lot of things we could do. This area, though, I am kind of scratching my head on this one, because I'm not sure what on earth this area could possibly be. I would imagine this would be... I should read a System Shock short story. Could do. Who has the time? Yeah, Showdown was rebuilding the levels. Though I have to think about what she would rebuild this into. I mean, for the life of me, I don't know what this space could be. I mean, this could be another... But again, it's coming from a... It's coming from an area that looks as if it would be a work area for normal employees, not for maintenance or anything like that, but you kind of just go into this area and it's a complete tone change. You got nice green, just bam, it's now dark blue, and you've got this texturing going on. I mean, I don't know what this could be. We could change it so that it was again, it could be a case where this would be similar to Pipe World, just another area where people would do maintenance. On various parts of the medical equipment. Oh, this is such a strange area. It could be turned into more offices. It could. But then, I mean, well, okay, so maybe we could change it so that, yeah, this was offices, but something, maybe, I don't know. There could be walls here, and there could be signs of damage, like the mutants or something succeeded at blowing a hole through the wall, and revealed just another area of the station where you would expect to see, like, so they have, I don't know if you guys know this, but at Disney World they have, you don't see any employees having lunch. You don't see employees kind of walking around. They go in buildings, they come out, they do the thing, and they disappear again. And the reason for that is, all over Disneyland or Disney World, they have these tunnels that go underground. I think they're called rat pipes. I think. The word rat is in there somewhere, but it is essentially an underground or behind the scenes system where the employees can move around without coming into contact with the public. This could be one of those areas again. So this could be offices again, with the wall being breached, and yeah, this area is just another kind of maintenance area, a rat works, where the maintenance staff would do their thing. So I'll go with that for now. Yeah, it's a tough one. That is a tough one. Again, this might get changed later. I think it's called a rat run. I think there is a term for it. It's on Wikipedia. That's how we learnt about it, but essentially it could be that. Because, and the reason why I wouldn't want to make all of this officers is because, so literally a stone's throw away, you've got the beta area and you've got this massive construction here. It wouldn't make sense really to have officers so close to something like this. I mean, I know this is where some survivors held out, because there's radioactive. This is the radioactive trench they talk about. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if they actually say in the game what it is. It's just survivors are held up in beta quad behind a radioactive trench. I have no idea what this area is, and I don't know anyone who does. Yeah, third player, nobody. Yeah. I believe I have a concept for this somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. If that's for this level. If it's not, then I won't. Come on, Windows Explorer, don't crash on me now. There we go. Where is that picture? No, it's not there. Oh, never mind, scrap that. Okay, I should make a note of this area first before I move on. Okay. Right. I have no idea what on earth this place is called, so I'm just going to have to make up a name. I have no idea what to call this thing. Alright, suggest a new thing. Possible change. Hang on. Where in the game actually... Is this in the... Oh, I haven't got the chuffing compass. Oh, jeez. Hang on a sec. This is where my plans backfire. Where? There it is. So this is southeast. Okay. Okay, we'll call this southeast maintenance tunnel area. This area could be changed significantly. We could turn this initial first small area into another office area, but show that there has been a breach of the wall. Breach of the walls. And by some explosive force. And how do I word this? And this has allowed the mutants to attack the survivors from this position. The player can explore through the wall breach and enter into another pipe world-esque maintenance area. Yeah. Title that. Hang on, catching up on chat, sorry. Destroyed living quarters. Would be nice if Showdown would have given mail track explaining where that is on each deck. Yes, Rebecca does do that in cyberspace. So yeah, this is just one of these areas where we just completely change while keeping it familiar layout-wise. So yeah, this would be another office. There would be, I guess, breaches here and here. I guess where the original spaces are, the player could walk through here. This would be, there would be indications that you are approaching some kind of strange area. I mean, there could even be, there couldn't be necessarily breaches through the wall. I mean, they could be, they could just be doors, like, so there's this door here. This is a service access door. Oops. There could be, we could make things simple and we just, they could be there and they could be just, you know, only certain personnel will be on this point or something. We could do that. It's less interesting, but we could do that. But this would give the player some kind of indication that they are heading to a different area. So, quick picture of this. Have I really been going for 1.5 hours? Wow, my goodness. Okay. Yeah, we could still keep the mutants here. You know, they've they come back here. There's a big enough space for them. Mutants could always stay here. Gamma contains an emergency armory and maintenance areas. And maintenance areas, so yeah, this could be made to look more maintenance-y. Because these tiles don't really help. These tiles are all over the station outside of this area. differentiating it would make it clearer. So this area could be transformed, oops, I cannot spell, into more of a maintenance area. More pipes, more computers and diagnostic equipment could be located here. Second pipe world, yeah, maybe. Maybe not as pipey, but could be. I'll just think pipe world, but maybe less pipey. Okay. Keep this. This is obviously where the player picks up the Magnum. There wouldn't be a place for them to hack. I think this area just would open up. Could be a locked door. Instead of making it a hidden door, it could be a locked door and the player has no idea how to open it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Keep that as it is. Obviously these stairs will be made much better. Then we get to this monstrosity. Yeah, I've got no idea what to call this room at all. I mean, you think it'd be a server room, but that doesn't explain why there's radiation down below. I mean, as far as I know, there's no context for the radiation being there. Did the survivors put it there? Has it always been there? Did Showdown put it there? I don't know. I was thinking it could be turned into some kind of generator room. God, this is a tough one. Yeah, it could be. I'm just imagining now. It could be rows of computer-like equipment with maybe ladders to access them. I don't really know. I mean, it looks cool, and texture-wise, I did see some concept art that Rob did of this area before. I can't find it, but I would show it, and it looks really cool. I mean, does it have to be radiation? Could it be something else? The CNPP, yeah. A hellhole of hit scanners, yeah. You're making... Excuse me. You're making me want to play that game again. I have been itching for another run of Stalker. I would love to stream that, but playing that game just takes so long, and I have this problem where I will hoard everything, and I will spend literally 15 minutes just kind of sat there, balancing out my bullets and my gear, so that probably wouldn't be too exciting to watch. But I do love that game. I love... excuse me. I love the third one as well. The second one, once you get past that initial first area, that's really good as well. What could this be? Could be a waste disposal area. So you know they have those incinerators and stuff. This could be a giant waste treatment area. I mean, does that even make sense? Would they have that on the medical level? I'm trying to think logically here. Let's have a look. Sorry, catching up. Waste disposal pipes. Yeah, bio waste. I'm torn between some kind of generator. Could be both. It could be a waste disposal kind of thing that is also an incinerator that a generator that powers things, but then again, where does the power on the ship come from? Is the reactor? The reactor powers the station, obviously. Or does it just power the mining laser? Well, no, it would power both, really, wouldn't it? So, I mean, you don't just have a reactor to fire the laser. You have a reactor to power the place. That's how Citadel explodes in the first place, because its generator blows up. Backup generator for medical deck. I'm saying nothing, but trust me, the cogs in my head are turning frantically, trying to work out what this could possibly be. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be something meaningful. I mean, it could be. I mean, I know it looks nice, but just giving it some kind of identification would be good. might have to come back on this one actually. Okay, I'll tell you what. Get a picture of it. And I will make some notes about what I initially think. So this is beta quadrant. Slash radioactive trench area. So this area of the level doesn't have a specific name in the OG. Here are a number of possibilities that it could be turned into. So yeah, it does look as if it would be some kind of maybe backup, some kind of generator for something. Not power, but so yeah, let's put that in. So waste disposal area, can't spell. Incinerator. I'll put backup generator. Probably isn't that, but just it's something for me to kind of think about. Takes the waste that is being disposed and repurposes the waste after it is broken down into energy. Yeah. Yeah, some kind of, yeah. Possibly. Single deck backup generator wouldn't save the station inhabitants if there were power issues. It could be, that's an idea, it could be power for the generator. Sorry, not that. It could be power for the... it sounds kind of silly, but because the reactor generates its own power. But I'll put it down. Let's see. So reactor power system. I'll leave it as that for now. I'm going to come back to this in my own time and think it out. I will sit there for hours just staring at the space if I have to. So, don't really need to expand on this area much. I mean, this area is pretty self-explanatory. It's where the survivors were. They obviously had control of who came in and out. They would send parties out to scavenge for items. Probably they would seal off this area as well. There would be a door here of some kind, another maintenance door saying, you know, beyond here is maintenance. Don't go here if you're doing maintenance. So yeah, we've done a complete loop. Go back to Alpha. And again, this is another weird area. So that's my Daniel MacBook Pro. I don't know why it's saying that because it's off. I need water. Hang on a sec. Where is it? There it is. I don't know if the areas of the station would be dedicated to specific medical research. I doubt it. Whoa, what happened to you? Oops. Yeah, it'll do. Okay. Not much to say about this area, really. We'll take a picture of it just in case. This could be changed into just something that's less angular, I guess. Maybe. Alpha entrance. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll come back to this. Now, this area, I have no idea what on earth they were thinking of for this. Because again, this is another area that obviously this area is a trap, but what could we turn it into? Something more interesting. I'm thinking this could just be another. It might just have to be another kind of maintenance area, just another. Maybe, I mean, I don't want to default on that too much. Ooh, only 5 minutes left of the stream. Wow, this Flew by. Okay, I'm going to picture this for now. Again, I know I'm defaulting this, but I might have to come back to this. Create some more pages. Change this possibly to more maintenance ducts. What space do we have beyond this? It's got space to work here. I mean, I don't want to get rid of the trap that's in the area, but just making the space more interesting around it. Oh, sorry, I should catch up on the chat, shouldn't I? It just looks like it would be access to ductwork equipment. Yeah. When it comes down to it, this area could also be complete Star Trek rip-off quadrant. Maybe, or it could be a play. There could be more offices that were maybe dedicated to more serious research. I mean, it could be a quarantine area. Actually, that's an idea. This could be a quarantine zone, couldn't it? Because there could be extra rooms. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, this is an idea. The crew were falling sick. This could be a place where they took those people and they were put in quarantine, and there could be quarantine rooms here that are possibly barred off, and they're all security barred, maybe. Let's make it offices. There's a quarantine zone on research level as well. Working on very hazardous samples. Now I'm going to put this down as some kind of quarantine area. For now, it could change, but that's my initial thought. So I'll get rid of this. So this area could be changed significantly. Can't spell. It could be changed into some kind of quarantine area. No, not patients. People around Citadel Station were falling sick, and there are audio logs to back this up. This area could be quarantine rooms for those who initially began showing signs of changing into the humanoid mutants that are now patrolling around the medical and research levels. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Okay, yeah, we are rapidly approaching the end of this. This has been 2 hours. Quite incredible, really. So yeah, I'm going to continue working on this just off stream because I need a bit of a break. If you guys have any questions, or comments or things, now's the time. I'm gonna carry on for about maybe 5 more minutes. So, if you got questions, now's the time. While I slowly explore this area and think about what is going to be in the future. Kill Steam. Well, that's not going to change. We can't lose that. This area is pretty... Ooh! Didn't notice that when you got up close. That's cool. Yeah, so we didn't have art for that, so I literally just took the text tool, wrote the word here, plastered it on the wall, and I'm like, there you go. We need art for that. Somebody make it. Big and most of the station is corrupted. Some kind of 80s IKEA cubist net philosophy. Feels that way. Although I think it might be more to do with 90s game tech. How well the total ambiguity of the OG works in the game. Yeah, it is. Could you turn on the rendering again to get a bit more of how it looks at the moment? You mean that? I blind you with bloom. Yep. That's what it looks like right now. I love the effect for them opening, actually. Whoosh. When it closes again. I love that. Black Light Rave. Hygiene is important. Yeah, well, it is a mining station, but in the beginning cutscene it does say that this station has got a lot more to it. They're doing all sorts. They're doing research on, I think it's robotics. They're doing a lot more stuff on Citadel Station. It's not just a mining station. Yes, it probably should cast light, but this is alpha, where we'll get to that point. This is just a very rough implementation. Oh, Sergeant's Life gifted a tier 1 stub to 6-foot turkey. Is their first gift stub? Oh, that's very nice of you. Yep. It's all work in progress. What you are seeing now, all this blocky stuff, obviously it will not be in the final game. It'll all look much prettier. We are, I should say actually, we are very close to finishing all of the... so, I helped John with the BSP for levels 8 and 9. He's going in and he's doing the lighting, so he doesn't have to do the BSP texturing. Yeah, we could be done with the texturing of everything and the lighting of everything really, really soon. So that's exciting. Alright, I'm going to call it there, guys. Thank you ever so much for joining in. Next week will be some System Shock 2 stuff. Itching to get back into that again. I'm going to keep on with this. It might be a different level next time. I might have finished this one and moved on to Research or Reactor. Don't know yet, but got a long way to go on this. So, yeah, going to keep going. Yep, thank you very, very much. See you guys later. Have an awesome week. Stay hydrated, stay good to one another, and see y'all later. Bye!